What's up, beautiful people? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today we have another haul. Let's just get started. To be perfectly honest and frank, I'm kind of embarrassed. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 17, and then a bag of children's books. So this will probably be my last haul, other than books that I don't necessarily have pre-ordered, but I'm definitely gonna get, like Amar and the Night Brothers, Bloodmark, etc, etc. So those books are just auto buys for me. N.K. Jemison's book, how could I forget that? But I need to slow down. So let's start with the children's books that I do have, and then we'll jump into the adult books. So first things first is I have Sal and Gabby, Break the Universe by Carlos Hernandez, and this is Fix the Universe. So I have book 1 and book 2. I cannot wait to read this. This sounds like a fun YA or middle grade book. So cannot wait for that. Next book I have is Dragon Thief by Zeta Elliott. This is book 2 in the Dragon in a Bag series. Because this is book 2, I won't give you the synopsis. Book 1 was really fun. I really enjoyed it. A lot of my students have read it, and so I went ahead and got the second book. The third book is still in hardcover, so when that comes out in paperback next year, I'll definitely grab it. But I had a fun time with the first book. The next book I have is by Sandra Cisneros. This is House on Mango Street. This book has a special place in my heart as an educator. I did a training for ESL, which is English Second Language, through our region. We have different regions that do trainings for teachers and educators and administrators and whatnot. So through our regional area, this was one of the books that they listed as a good book to put in the classroom, and when I read it years ago, I was so in love with it. So this is definitely on my September reads, but sometimes deeply joyous. It is the story of a young Latin girl growing up in Chicago, inventing for herself who and what she will become. Few other books in our lifetime have touched so many readers. So I cannot wait to reread this. Such a good book, and you just have to read it. You just have to. Okay, so I have a couple of YA books. I don't think I hauled these, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it quickly. This is Blood Like Fate by LaSalle Sandberry. This is the second book in the sequel to Blood Like Magic series. This is a duology. And of course, who would I be without a receipt in my books? So I won't give a synopsis to this, because if you know, you know. And I cannot wait to read this. I probably won't read this until November, December, when I have time for it. So maybe December. The next book is also a sequel. This is Helen Barron, Wicked Fate. This is a sequel to The Poison Heart, and I've already read this book. 5 stars. It picks up immediately where the first book ends. And I absolutely loved it. It was a 5 stars for me. From a YA perspective, like this had no boring spots. I was engaged the entire time. It was just intriguing. I mean, the aunt comes back and she's learning about her past. She's learning about her family. She's learning about Greek mythology and all different types of stuff. Her magic is just beautiful and enhances, and you just have to read it. I apologize, I'm not giving synopsis to books, but also same thing with this one, The Merciless One by Namia Forna. I've already read this book. This book is, I know people had a hard time with the first one as far as it being so gruesome, but this book has a lot of betrayals. Her magic and her abilities and who she is gets unpacked. she is a warrior and she is going to save her friends no matter what. There is a lot of betrayal that is happening. She cannot trust people. And I'm just gonna leave it like that because the first one is so good. Okay, the next YA I have Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School by Sorna Reyes. First of all, let's get with the cover. Secondly, let's see what this one's about. 16-year-old Yamiette Flores prefers to be known for her killer eyeliner, not for being one of the Mexican kids at her school, new, mostly white, very rich Catholic school. But at least here, no one knows she's gay, and Yami intends to keep it that way. After being outed by her crush and ex-best friend before transferring to Slayton Catholic, Yami has new priorities. Keep her brother out of trouble, make her mom proud, and most importantly, don't fall in love. Granted, she has never been great at any of those things, but that's a problem for future Yami. Absolutely. Say less. What else is there? What else is there to talk about? First of all, and Sorna Reyes is a queer second-generation immigrant who attended a Catholic school. This author, get with it, okay? Get with it. I'm here for it. First of all, the book is pink. Okay. So cute. Okay. While we're in children's books, I think I have some Waterstones books that I already opened up. This is Beast of Ruins. This is the sequel to The Beast of Prey. This has Coffee with gifted, powerful magic, has saved the boy she loves at a terrible price. Now a servant to the god of death, she must choose between the life she had or the life she could have had if she truly embraced her power. And I had to get this one because I did not like the US covers. So, and then I have one more book from Waterstones coming. This is The Witchery. The hunting season is here. The wolves are awake. Each year, a curse holds the town of Holsford hostage, and with the curse comes death. The witches of Masmoret's Coven Academy can protect the town, but Irish, Jayla, and Tyla, powerful young witches, intend to stop the curse once and for all. When Logan, a young witch struggling with her power, is taken under their wing, she is grateful. But the plan to end the curse brings out old dangers, and a cost may be greater than anyone could have imagined. A spellbinding story brimming with magic, intrigue, and empower female friendships. And this cover is stunning. Again, UK cover because the US cover was crap. Okay, I think this is a different haul. Yep. That's a book for a different haul, so we're just going to leave that alone. Then next is going to be books that I bought my daughter. Oops. See. This is a different haul. That's a different haul. You didn't see that. I promise you didn't see it. First things first is Go Get 'Em Tiger by Sabrina Moilo. No matter who you choose, you'll be terrific. Wait and see. Sounds so cute. The illustrations are stunning. I love that. So we have that. Then we have, okay, my daughter is obsessed with these because Barnes & Noble's, they had a summer program where if you read 8 books and you turned in the form, you filled out a form, you turned it in, you got a free book. Well, one of the series is the Phoebe and Her Unicorn. Okay, so book 1, she has book 1, became obsessed with it. This is a graphic novel, and so we have book 5 and 6. I believe she has book 3 and 4 already. So we have book 5, Unicorn Crossing, another Phoebe and her unicorn adventure. Phoebe and her unicorn, the magic storm. This was book 6. Again, these are graphic novels, and come to find out, the library just bought the entire series. So again, with a Barnes & Noble's freebie, she found a series that she absolutely loves. And actually, these books I'm really here for. I absolutely love them. I think they're a great starter book. Kids that are too advanced for picture books and want to go dive into chapter books, but they're having a hard time. It's kind of intimidating going from, you know, seeing images and illustrations to going to nothing but text. And so I think this series is a good series to start with. This is Henry Huckleback, and he has, you guessed it, a total of 9 books published. The 10th book is coming out. And so this book, she got the free one from Barnes & Noble's, which is book 1, Henry Huckleback Gets a Dragon. And she's already read book 1 through 3. So this is a bind up with books 1 through 4. And right now she is on page 395. And you can see what I'm talking about as far as a good transition book for kids who want to read but still miss those illustrations. These are a perfect book to dive into because they have paragraphs, but they also still have illustrations. Alec, you want to come talk about Henry Huckleback?
Hello.
You want to talk about Henry Huckleback Gets a Dragon?
Yeah, so when I first read Henry Huckleback was when I loved it, and when I first got it at Barnes & Noble, they had it. It was the first book, and it was talking about Henry, and it was the first day back at school. He'd never been at this school, and he wanted to go back to school. He woke up in his uniform because it saved time, and he got his breakfast, everything to go. And when his dad said, "Hold on, we need a first day back at school picture," he took a lot of pictures but never found the right one, and then he had one that was the right one. Then when he got to the school, he met his new teacher, and he had a spy book, and he wrote down that there was a missing kid because there was an empty desk. The missing kid was Max, and Max was a girl.
When does he get a dragon though?
When his teacher says he needs to put stuff in this brown bag, and it makes him, and only you can put 3 things that can fit. So you can so he found his baseball gloves, soccer gloves, and he finds his magnifying glass. And at the top of his shelf, he finds his dragon, his toy dragon, and a book that it's hanging on. He tries to get it because he has this chair. He climbed on the chair and he couldn't reach it, just one more step. He climbed on his bookshelf and he was so close, but then his sister saw him and said, "Get down," and it scared him, and he fell down and everything around him fell. And even the bookshelf started shaking, and everything kind of falls off. That's when he finds his toy dragon and picks it up and put it in his bag. But then he reads the book, the magic book, and it gets him where
the spy book?
No, it's another magic book. It's a magic book, and it said if you wanted
Okay, but he does get a dragon, right?
Yes. On this page it says how to get a dragon. Have you ever wanted your very own pet dragon? A dragon that would follow you to school, or one that would play with you and sleep on your bed at night? If you really want a dragon, then this is a spell for you. A picture of your dragon, favorite dragon, I mean.
You forgot ingredients.
Yeah, I need the ingredients. Teaspoon of hot sauce, a cup of water, teaspoons of baking soda, and here it says mix the ingredients together in a bowl. It says it right here, and then you see this big part is where the spell is. So then he mixes up those ingredients. He gets it all there. And
then what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are it did work, and I think the dragon will come out the bag and put a hole in the bag.
Okay.
I was right. He did put a pocket. He did. Bye.
Okay, so she took over my whole video. So again, this is Henry Hucklebuck gets a dragon. Henry Hucklebuck never cheats. In a haunted hideout. Spell trouble. And so book 1 and 4. And then we have book 5, which is in a race car derby. A dinosaur hunter. Spy versus spy. Builds a robot. And Out of This World. I went ahead and ordered the 10th book, which I'll go ahead and put that here. That comes out in a few days. I told her that she is not allowed to ask me about buying his sister's, Henry Hucklebuck's sister's editions, because she has like 30 of them. I'm not doing it. 10, reasonable. 30, no. The next book I have is my nonfiction pick, which is Ace, What Asexuality Reveals About Desire, Society, and the Meaning of Sex. This is a recommendation from Bree from Lockbooktition. A lot of my recommendations come from her, and I can't wait to read it. Does this fit my life? I don't know. It might. I'm gonna read it and find out. So hopefully I'll be able to read this soon, because I'm so curious in learning about what it is and if I can relate to it. The last and final stock. So I have Kingdom of Copper. This is by S.A. Shakabori. I've already read this month. Actually, I read it last week. It was really, really good. And Emperor of Gold. I did not like this as much as I liked City of Brass, but Emperor of Gold, hopefully this was the second book syndrome, and then the third book just like wows me. Grace of Kings and Wall of Storms by Ken Liu. I've already tried to read Grace of Kings. I was overwhelmed with names and all types of stuff, so I had to put it down, and I look forward to picking it back up because I know it's going to be epic. And Wall of Storms, I heard, is phenomenal, so I have to read it. So I have both. If they are as great as I hear, then of course I would get book 3 and 4, but I'm really, really wanting the UK covers, so I don't know if I'll just like unhaul these and then go that route where I just buy the paperback UK covers, because they did redo them and they're nice and colorful and beautiful. I didn't even read the synopsis. Meaning of justice changes in a revolution. The archipelago of Dara was once divided into 7 kingdoms, with shifting alliance and constant battles, a tempest of diverse dialects and cultures, when a relentless king united the 7 lands to one empire. Some thought it would bring peace and end turmoil. Instead, it brought stagnation and suffering and anger of the gods and finally rebellion. It sounds so epic. It's just I did not have my annotation tabs. I was not prepared to write things down. I just really wanted a good book, and this I feel like I just had to annotate, and so I put that down for a second. But I look forward to redoing it. So we're speeding right along, because the other books that I have are mangas, and we're not gonna talk about it. Okay, When the Stars Come Out by Scarlett St. Clair. I believe this is a reprint that she has already published this like years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. They say the night through human eyes is beautiful, peaceful even. I'm not a human. When the stars come out, so do the dead and those who haunt them. Honora Sibley can see the dead and turn spirits into gold coins. 2 things she would prefer to keep a secret as she tries to lead a normal life at her new school. After all, she didn't change her identity for nothing. But hidden in her weirdness is just one of many challenges. By the end of her first day, she claimed the soul of a dead girl on campus and lost her coin. Turns out the coin gives the others ability to steal souls. When a classmate ends up dead, there's no mistaking the murder weapon. But Scarlett St. Clair just be writing some shit, okay? But you know what? I know that people were not, like, The Touch of Darkness for me was that series, the 3rd book, was a very smutty book. I was like, oh my gosh. The King of Battle and Blood, I thought it was so good. Vampires with a princess, like, oof. This has to be good. Why would it not? It's Scarlett St. Clair. I know some people don't like her, but when I want smut, that's, you know. Plus, she was a librarian. You automatically get points for being a librarian. You know what I'm saying? The next book is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. Let's see. I know this is a retelling of Edgar Allan Poe. Reimagining Poe in the fall of the House of Usher that takes no prisoners, not meant to be missed. When Alec Easton, a retired soldier, receives word that her childhood friend Madeline Usher is dying, they race to the ancestors' home of the Ushers in a remote countryside of Utania. What they find is a nightmare of fungal growth and possessed wildlife surrounding a dark, pulsing lake. Madeline sleepwalks and speaks in strange voices at night, and her brother Roderick is consumed by the mysterious malady of the nerves. Ooh! Okay, I don't know the retelling that they're talking about by Edgar Allan Poe, so I would definitely read that first before reading this. The next book I have, My Soul to Take, a novel by Tana Reeve Dew. When I tell you guys, I am so ready to read all 4 books. I'm so glad I got my hands on this. I have this in paperback and the first book in paperback, and then the second and third book I have in hardcover. Black Weenathon is about to be lit. Okay? It's about to be lit. I'm not going to read the synopsis because this is the 4th book in the last book in the African Immortal series. You know, Tana V. Dew is just one of those authors. You gotta love her. Okay, you just have to love her. She can make you feel like, oh God. Her books can literally piss you off, make you sad, make you feel like, oh, just like all types of emotions. You are going up and down with emotions, but overall the horror aspects is tied to your emotions. And so I love the thrill in the first book, and I've only read the first book, but now that I have all 4, Black Weenathon, created by Bree from Lockbooktition, is about to be lit this year, okay? And that's all I'm gonna say. The next book is a recent purchase. My Government Means to Kill Me by Rashid Newson. And it's just that. Look at the cover. Look at the rainbow. Adorb. Okay. Praise for My Government Means to Kill Me. Let me see. Born into a wealthy black Indianapolis family, Earl Trey Singleton III leaves his overbearing parents and their expectations behind by running away to New York with only a few dollars in his pocket. In the city, Trey meets up with a cast of characters that change his life forever. He volunteers at a renegade home hospice for AIDS patients. Oof! And after being put to the test by gay rights activists, becomes a member of the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power. Act Up. Along the way, Trey attempts to navigate past traumas in search for a way to maintain familiar relationships, all while seeking the meaning of life amid so much death. A coming-of-age story that lends itself larger discussion of what it means to be a young, gay, black man in the mid-1980s, to come to terms with his role in the midst of a political and social reckoning. I cannot wait to read this. I feel like it's going to be hard hitting, but at the same time, it might spark some anger, you know, with everything. I cannot wait to read this. Definitely check it out. Brandy from Books with Brandy Shanae recommended it, and I fell in love with the cover, and I knew about it, but randomly in the store I saw it. Sure enough, it was there. So thank you for the recommendations to Bree from Lockbooktition, as well as Books with Brandy Shanae. Thank you again for the recommendations. You guys are dope. Okay, that is it for this haul. Thank you so much for staying tuned and, you know, sticking with me. If you lasted, usually I don't do this, but if you lasted to the end of this video, please go ahead and put a few hearts and make a rainbow in the comments below of the rainbow. So please go ahead and do that. Also, I will have a manga haul, and I have a few graphic novels or comics that I will be hauling for you guys. I'm waiting on a package from Right Stuff, so hopefully it gets here soon. But other than that, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.